Is this the last house to close up today, Sarge?
Afraid not. Still got the Lennox place.
I wonder why Captain Lennox didn't clear out his family when the cholera took hold. Would have thought he'd have known better.
His wife refused to leave. Pretty thing, but stubborn. Preaching miss a dinner party. Can you imagine? With cholera about.
Nobody's left then.
Don't think so. Just have to close up the place now.
Somebody come here at once! I command someone to help me or I'll scream! Where is everybody? Stale, lazy servants! Mother? Father? Why do they always leave me alone? What are you doing in my house?
Your house?
Yes, I am Mary Lennox, Captain Lennox's daughter.
I can't believe it. She's actually been forgotten.
I have not been forgotten. Find my servants. Find my parents.
Oh, poor kid. There's nobody left to find, love. The servants have all fled.
Listen, Missy, your parents died from the cholera and were carried away in the night.
They can't be dead. Who will take care of me?
Don't you worry, love. We'll find you a home.
Home, now I can hardly hear the word, and to think of all the times I've heard it said. Home is an ever-flying bird who can never quite decide to rest his head. Let them talk of home. I don't want to hear it. Please don't get my hopes up now. Till I am near it, I will call it home. I don't care what other people say. As long as I'm alone, it isn't home anyway.
Well, Mary, I suppose I should tell you something about your uncle's house. Misselthwaite Manor is a queer place, very gloomy. It's 600 years old on the edge of a moor. There are over 100 rooms, though most of them are shut up and locked.
Mrs. Medlock, if I want to know anything, I'll ask my aunt.
Your aunt has been dead for 10 years,
10 years?
and your uncle's not fond of children.
Home is a memory of a bed where I woke and found the final page had turned. Let them talk of home. I don't want to hear it. Please don't get my hopes up now. Till I am near it, I will call it home. I don't care what other people say. As
Impressive, don't you think? Well, here we are. Follow me. I'll show you to your room. Come on!
Evening, Mrs. Medlock.
Good evening. Is everything going well?
As well as we could hope. Thank you very much, Mrs. Medlock. Good night.
Why didn't my uncle say hello?
That wasn't your Uncle Archibald. That was Dr. Craven, his brother.
When shall I meet my uncle then?
Your uncle does not wish to see you. And my job is to make sure he's not disturbed, and that he doesn't see what he doesn't want to see. Well, here you are. This room is where you'll live, and you must keep to it.
I will do as I like.
You will do as the master wishes. I'll have your supper sent up to you.
Don't bother. I'm not hungry. What a horrible place this is. I wish I were back in India. I wish I were anywhere but here.
Good morning, Miss Mary. Time to rise and shine? Poor dear. You must have been tired, falling asleep in your travelling clothes.
Who are you?
I'm Martha. Did you sleep well, dear?
Of course not. This is the noisiest house I've ever been in.
Aye, the winds make a terrible uproar at night, wuthering round the house and squalling in all the nooks and crannies. It's a wonder anyone gets any sleep at all.
Are you going to be my servant?
Oh, I do bits and bobs of housework, and I'm to keep an eye on you, but you shouldn't need much waiting on.
Then who's going to dress me?
Can't you dress yourself?
It's not a question of can't. It's a question of won't. It's just not the custom in India.
Strange customs in India.
Things are much stranger here.
Well, here in Yorkshire, it's the custom for children to put on their own clothes. Aye, you'll have the knack of it in no time.
The most pathetic excuse for a garden I've ever seen. Hey, why'd you do that? Don't you dare let that happen again!
Stop tormenting poor creatures that never caused you any harm.
Who are you to tell me what to do?
I'm Ben Weatherstaff. I see to the gardens.
Then why are all the gardens dead? You would have been fired in India if the gardens looked like this.
Gardens aren't dead, lass. It's just winter. Soon it'll be spring, you'll see. Green crocuses and daffodils will push up through this very soil.
Where will I find them?
Maybe if you didn't throw sticks at Robin, he'd be your friend and show you.
I don't need any help, and I don't need any friends.
Suit yourself. We're a good bit alike, we two. We're both sour as we look and got the same nasty tempers.
Fancy such insolence from a gardener. That's very rude, Cat. You mustn't do that.
I see you've met Darjeeling.
Whose cat is this?
She used to be your Aunt Lillian's cat, but for years she's belonged to no one.
Belong to no one? Then she shall belong to me. What is that noise?
It's only the, wind, dear. Drink your tea.
I'm finished with my tea. It's not only the wind.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
I'm going back to my room.
Now then, dear, you needn't do that. A nip here, a tuck there, and you'll be as right as rain. I've brought something for you.
What is that for?
For they've not got skipping ropes in India. Just watch me. I'll show you how it's done. You tuck in your dress, and here goes. When I was 12, I could skip to 100. Of course, I was in practice then, and not so fat.
I'm going to skip to 100.
Perhaps on the moor, you'll meet my brother, Dickon. He talks to the animals, and they talk to him. Some say he's an animal charmer.
There are no animal charmers, except in India, of course. Come along, Darjeeling. Come along, then, Darjeeling.
Darjeeling won't go out. She's strictly a house cat.
A house cat? You're just a scaredy cat. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh! 17, 18.
No flowers yet, Mary.
Hello, Robin. Where are you going? I can't climb that wall. There has to be a door around here somewhere. There's no way in. "93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100! I did it! I did it! It's here. Spring is here. I must tell Ben. It won't open.
Need any help?
No, I don't need any help. You must be Dickon.
And you must be Mistress Mary. Pleased to meet you. Did you really throw a stick at Robin?
How'd you know about that? You are an animal charmer.
Anybody can understand the animals if they really want to. He likes you.
Do you know what's behind the walls?
Nobody knows what's behind the walls. No one's been allowed inside. Been locked up for 10 whole years.
I wonder why. Let's come back tomorrow and find a way in. I must get in there.
We aren't supposed to, but all right.
I better get back. It's getting late. Nice to meet you.
Tomorrow then.
Dickon's wonderful.
I thought you two would hit it off.
Robin talks to him, you know. Dickon knew all about the stick I threw.
Mary, you must go to your room and clean yourself up. The master wants to see you.
Come on, I'll help you get ready.
Don't be afraid. I'm your Uncle Archibald.
I'm not frightened.
Are you well?
Yes?
I'm sorry for your loss, child. I know how you must feel.
It doesn't matter.
You know, I almost forgot you were here. I intended to send you a governess or a nurse, but I forgot.
I don't need anyone to take care of me. Please don't make me have a governess. I'm just getting used to it here.
You're trembling. Oh, don't be so frightened. You may do what you like.
Really?
Of course. A child like you couldn't do any harm. Is there anything you want? I mean, toys, books, dolls.
Might I have a bit of earth to grow things in?
Someone I cherished very much loved the earth and things that grow.
Was that my Aunt Lillian?
Yes. Yes, it was. Well, Mary, I'm travelling to Scotland tonight on business. I'll be gone a considerable time. While I'm gone, Mrs. Medlock will be in charge.
Yes, sir. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mary.
I wonder what that noise is. It certainly doesn't sound like any wind I ever heard before. I'm going to find out what that is once and for all.
You deserve to be in charge here at Misselthwaite. Your brother doesn't appreciate it. For heaven's sake, he's hardly ever here.
Yes. Well, that is true.
Don't forget this. I've put in a few extra pounds from the household account. I know what a time you've had of it.
Good night, Mrs. Medlock.
Good night, Dr. Craven. Mary Lennox, what are you doing out of your room?
Oh! Stop it! Let go of me! Oh!
You were told to keep to your room. You have defied my orders, and that is something I will not allow.
I'm supposed to meet Dickon today. Now what am I going to do? Don't go, please. Do you want me to follow you? Don't go so fast. Thank you, Darjeeling. Thank you. Aren't you coming? Dickon! I'm too late. If only you could talk to me like you talked to Dickon. Maybe then you could tell me where the key is. I don't understand.
It's the way we say the things you want to hear. Make it so absolutely clear. A melody that says more than you think. Every coo and every oink, a greeting card and auditory ink. If you listen to the bullfrog croak, or the squirrel, or the owl, or the lamb, all the mysteries of nature are clearly heard. If you listen to the meaning, not the word.
Every neigh, every whinny, every howl, every bleat, a language I'm beginning to decode. Every quack, every gobble, every squawk, every squeak is a secret ready to explode. If you listen to the bullfrog croak, or the squirrel, or the owl, or the lamb, all the mysteries of nature are clearly heard. If you listen to the meaning, not the word. If you listen to the meaning, not the word. Can you help me? Do you know where the key is?
In the hollow between the branches of the tree.
Here it is. I found it.
Yes, you found it!
Garden. A secret garden. How still it is. I must be the first person who's been in here for years.
This used to be the loveliest spot in all of England.
Is that why you wanted to show it to me?
Oh, yes. You see, I remember it the way it was.
It must have been beautiful once. What are you two up to?
You do remind me of your Aunt Lillian.
What was she like?
Oh, the prettiest, kindest lass ever to grace the manor.
Oh, Robin, look at these little things. It's like magic. I must tell Dickon. A garden of my very own. Dickon, I have a wonderful surprise.
Whoa, Bartholomew. Whoa, it's just Mistress Mary.
I found the way into the garden. Come on, I'll show you.
Let's go. I've climbed that tree for years. It's a wonder I've never found it before.
Well, I was waiting to tell the right person.
Yes, he was waiting for me. It was magic that told him it was me.
Well, blow me down. You've learned robbing.
Yes, I have. Do you want to see the garden?
Do you think we should go in there? After all, it is locked.
Uncle Archibald said I could have any piece of earth I like, and I like this one. After all, nobody's using it.
It's a queer, pretty place. Almost like a dream. A body might think this was dead, but I don't believe it is. Not down to the root.
How do you know?
See that? It's Wick as you or I.
I'm glad it's Wick. What's Wick?
Wick? That's Yorkshire. It means it's got life in it.
Well, then I want them all to be Wick.
With a little tending by summer, there'll be fountains of roses. Why? Who did this?
I did. They were so little, and they looked as if they couldn't breathe.
A gardener couldn't have done better. They will be a sight. There's a lot of work to do here.
I can dig and pull up weeds. Whatever needs to be done.
I wouldn't want to make it all clipped and spick and span. It's nicer like this, with things running wild, swinging and catching hold of each other.
Yes, it will be a magical garden. Oh, I wish you'd been there.
It once was a beautiful garden.
You've been in the garden?
Mary, you can understand me. The garden's marvelous, so full of fabulous smells. But it's so dangerous out there.
That's not just the wind wuthering. It's different. It sounds like someone's crying. You know every inch of Misselthwaite. Can you help me find out what's making that noise?
You don't want to find that noise.
You do know something. Show me.
If I must.
I need a candle.
I don't. Follow me.
Darjeeling!
Sorry. Those rats were as big as poodles.
What a scaredy cat. You can't leave me alone. I don't know how to get back.
Don't worry. We're almost almost there. We're here. The coast is clear. Let's go.
Here we go.
I'm right behind you.
Who are you? Are you a ghost?
No. Are you?
I am Colin Craven. Who are you?
I'm Mary Lennox from India. Mr. Craven is my uncle.
He's my father.
Your father? Nobody told me Uncle Archibald had a son.
That's because I won't let them. Everyone in Misselthwaite must do as I say. Because I am ill. If I grow up, I'll probably be a hunchback like my father. But no one believes I shall live to grow up.
What a strange house this is. Everything is locked up and kept secret. No wonder you cry.
I do not.
You do too. I know because you keep me up. I really wish you wouldn't make such a fuss. What's this?
Nothing. Leave it alone. I said leave it alone. I don't want to see it.
If you tell me why you keep it covered, I'll tell you a secret.
I've never had a secret. It's a picture of my mother. My father hates me because she died when I was born.
My parents died in an epidemic in India.
Oh, you're all alone. As well.
I have a garden. A secret garden. It's a wondrous place.
Tell me all about it.
Robin lives there, and the crocuses are coming up. And by summer, there are going to be lots and lots of roses. It will be as beautiful as the gardens in India.
India. My father brought me something from India once.
It's very handsome.
Oh, Mary, I want to see the garden ever so badly.
Why don't you come with me?
I can't. I can't walk.
Dickon could push your wheelchair.
Dickon?
Martha's brother. He's the only other person who knows about the garden.
Good. Then he shall push my wheelchair and we can go to the garden. Just the three of us.
Uh-oh. I'd better get back to my room before Mrs. Medlock catches me. I'll come back tomorrow. I promise. Just dream about the garden.
I want to go outside now! Now!
Not now, my boy. I don't think that's the best thing for you right now.
I am not your boy, and I don't care what you think.
If you go outside, you'll catch your death.
If I'm not going to live anyway, what difference does it make?
I tell you what, my lad. A journey outside is out of the question today. But I leave a prescription for you with Mrs. Medlock, and we'll see how you are in a week.
What could possibly have got into that boy?
I can't imagine his going out would hurt anything. In fact, there's always the chance it could make him feel better.
Precisely the problem. Better double the prescription, Doctor.
Do you think that's wise?
Look what a tantrum he just threw. The child is out of control.
Right you are. Be careful with this. It's stronger than he's used to.
Please let it still be there. Please. It's even prettier than before.
Yeah, I've brought these tools. Let me show you how to use them. That's right. That's right, Mary. The earth has got to breathe.
Dickon, do you know about Colin?
What does that know about him?
Well, I've met him. He can't walk. He's afraid he might be a hunchback if he grows up. And he thinks his father hates him. Do you think his father hates him?
No, and he oughtn't think like that. No lad could get well with thoughts like those.
If he were out here with us, he'd be watching for buds to break on the rose bushes, not thinking dreary thoughts.
I believe you're right.
I don't know about that. There's something you ought to know. 10 years ago, Mr. Craven was happier than he'd ever been in his life. They had spent 100 other days just like this one. He asked Miss Craven to go inside, but she loved that garden so. Then something terrible happened. Colin was born later that day. Lillian was determined to see that child into the world. But she died soon afterward. Poor, wretched Mr. Craven only came to the garden once after that, to lock it up forever.
Robin, don't you see? Colin must come here. The fall killed his mother, and he thinks his birth did. I'm sure learning the truth would heal him most of all.
I think you're right, Mary. Besides, I think Miss Lillian would have liked for him to know this garden.
No, get away from me! I'm not taking it! Stop! Get away from me! Get away from me!
Take this, and you'll feel better.
No, I won't!
What do you think you're doing?
Not talking to you!
What are you doing here? You have disobeyed me again. Go to your room. We must leave Master Colin to rest.
I want Mary to stay! I want you to go, Medlock! Everyone must do as I say!
Very well, Master Colin.
You tell me what you're screaming about this instant! You stop! You stop! Stop! I can scream louder and longer than you!
You didn't come to see me today.
That's right! I was outside with Dickon.
You promised to come see me! You promised!
I didn't say what time!
You may not see Dickon anymore! You will only see me!
I'll see Dickon all I want! He's the finest boy I've ever met! If I stop seeing anyone, it will be you!
Oh.
Go ahead, scream till you're blue! There's nothing wrong with you. It's just hysterics and temper. Just hysterics, hysterics, hysterics.
Felt a lump on my back. It started. I'm going to end up just like my father.
I'll wager there's nothing the matter with your back. Here, let me have a look. There's not a single lump here.
But I felt it.
All you feel's backbone lumps, and you can only feel them because you're so thin. I've got backbone lumps, and they used to stick out too until I got fatter.
Do you think I could live to grow up?
If you stop all your screaming and get some fresh air, I don't see why you shouldn't live to be 100.
Do you think so? Would you tell me about your day, please? How is the garden?
Oh, Colin, you wouldn't believe how fast it's growing.
Did you tell Dickon about me?
Yes. He said he'd be happy to push your wheelchair to the garden.
I can't go to the garden.
Why not?
Dr. Craven and Mrs. Medlock won't let me go out.
I thought everybody has to do as you say.
We're going out and we want to be left alone, Medlock.
Master Colin.
You mustn't forget that you're a very sick boy.
That is precisely what I must forget. Come on, Mary. Come on, Dickon. We're off.
That girl is trouble. She's a bad influence on Colin. Can't you see she's undermining our positions?
You take the chair, Mary, while I get on with things here.
It's wonderful. To think I never knew it was here.
And it's only spring. Just imagine what it will look like in full bloom. I can imagine a garden full of sunlight streaming down,
nourishing even the tiniest buds as they spring up from the ground.
There'll be hyacinth and chrysanthemums, a petunia, even a rose. We'll watch it as it grows. Spring will have brought us a rain cloud, nature's great big watering can.
Can you imagine us pruning the leaves till my face is rosy tan?
Flowers come alive, flourish and survive out from under the heaviest stone. Growing, growing, grown.
Color will be seen, red and blue and green.
We'll be turning up every last stone. Growing, growing, grown.
What are you scallywags doing in garden?
Who are you?
Get out! This is Mrs. Craven's garden. Nobody's allowed to go inside. Nobody! You're Master Colin.
Of course I'm Master Colin. Who else would I be?
I knew your mother. What's that been doing with herself? Hiding out and letting people think you're a half-wit and a cripple?
I'm not a half-wit, and I can walk if I want to.
I knew he shouldn't be in here.
Colin, are you all right?
He's just shaken. He'll be right as rain in a minute or two.
Don't worry, Mary. I'll be all right.
I'm so glad.
Right, then clear out, the lot of you.
Now, see here.
Oh, Ben, we love the garden so. See how we're tending it? Aunt Lillian would have liked the garden to be brought back to life. I just know it.
Aye, that she would have.
I want to help in the garden. I'll work on it every day. I shall get stronger and stronger.
Look, Ben, he can do it. He can do it. He can.
I shall make my father proud of me. I will learn to walk. It will be a surprise, and no one must say anything about it.
You'll make a man yet. God bless thee.
Did you see how flushed Master Colin was when he came home yesterday?
I certainly did. He seems to be getting more and more difficult. And louder, too.
Before that wretched Mary came to Misselthwaite, everything was fine, just fine. She's upsetting Colin and ruining my plans. I had everything under control till now.
But what can we do?
Here, you must write to your brother. We will simply have to have the girl sent away.
Is that necessary? She's just a young girl, after all.
If we are to keep control of Misselthwaite, we can't tolerate any change in the order of things. You wouldn't want those shortages in the house accounts to be discovered, would you?
Certainly not. Certainly not.
There's no question about it, Dr. Craven. We have to do this.
Well, if you think so, Mrs. Medlock. Dear Archibald, I'm writing to you on a matter of great urgency. How does that sound?
Keep writing.
Miss Mary has discovered Master Colin. Her bad influence is putting him in great danger.
I got it. She has enticed him on outings that are pushing his frail little body beyond its limits. Who knows what danger might beset him, what dire consequences might befall him, to what depths his illness might progress.
Really, Medlock? Don't you think that's laying it on a bit thick?
Therefore, in the best interests of the boy, I recommend that Miss Mary be sent away. Upon your reply, we will find an appropriate boarding school.
Oh, don't be so glum, Colin. We may not be able to go out today, but I've got a surprise for you.
A surprise? What sort of surprise?
Did you know Misselthwaite has 100 rooms?
Mary! Mary! No.
This is what I wanted you to see. It's your father's study.
Look, Mary, elephants. Just like the one father gave me. That's where my elephant belongs. Never seen her smile before.
Psst. Mary!
Now it almost seems that she's smiling at me. Do you think she could be?
I'm so glad I found you.
What's the matter?
Mrs. Medlock's trying to get your uncle to send you away. I overheard that old witch and Dr. Craven writing a letter to Master Archibald. They wrote that you're a bad influence on Colin. They said you're making him sicker.
Why, that's nonsense.
I don't think so. And I don't think Mr. Craven will either.
But Colin adores Miss Mary. The children get on so well together.
If there's one thing I dislike more than difficult little girls, it's meddling housemaids.
But Mrs.
I think eavesdropping and insubordination are sufficient grounds for dismissal. Pack your things.
You can't sack Martha. I shall tell my uncle about your lies and wickedness.
I've had enough of you, Mary Lennox.
Let go! Let go!
Mary? Mary?
now, you'll think twice before causing more trouble.
Help! Let me out! Help! Now what shall I do?
Why do you look so glum? Another cat got your cream?
Mrs. Medlock is sending me away.
I'd scratch her eyes out, but she's too scary.
If there were only some way for me to contact Uncle Archibald, I know he wouldn't send me away.
Think. What we could really use is a carrier pigeon. A delicious pigeon.
That's it!
What?
You're brilliant! Robin can take a message to Uncle Archibald. Oh, it's no use. I've gotten too big.
Well, that's that.
Maybe not. You must do me a favor.
Anything. Just ask.
Go to the garden and get Robin. You're the only one who can save us.
Outside. Not this old cat. It's out of the question. Not possible. I don't go outside. It's dangerous out there. Storms and lightning and no...
There's no lightning now. Come on, Darjeeling. We're all afraid of things. Muster your courage.
What courage?
Think of poor Colin. You must be brave.
I'll do my best.
Thank you, Darjeeling. Thank you. Go to Robin and tell him to come here. And hurry.
When this is over, I better get a cow full of cream. Robin! Robin! Wake up! Robin, please! It's Darjeeling!
Darjeeling? Why, you haven't been out of the house for years.
No, I haven't, have I? Well, we all get over things. You haven't seen any lightning, have you?
Why are you here?
Mary needs you. She's in trouble. Go, quickly.
Oh, thank goodness you're here.
What's the matter, lass?
You once told me you know where my uncle stays in Scotland. You must take a message to him. Here, I've written a letter.
Scotland, eh?
Wait a second. Wait just a second. Colin needs you. Come at once. Flies you've never flown before, Robin. It's ever so urgent.
Yes?
If you please, Ma'am, I'm here for Mary and Colin.
The children are staying in today. Master Colin's not feeling well.
But yesterday...
Today, the children are not going out.
could the matter be? Yesterday Colin seemed weak as you or I.
Where's Mary? I want to see Mary!
Not today, Master Colin. You're far too agitated. If you calm down, I know you'll feel better. Here, drink this.
No, I won't! I don't want your powders and potions. I want to see Mary! And if you don't let me, I'll have you sacked!
Ha! We'll see about that. Listen to the child. His face is red, his body's hot. He won't stop screaming. If he doesn't explode, I will.
Sounds like you need the rest more than young Colin.
Don't you understand anything? You fool! That child is getting better and better every day.
A bit of good luck. Or good doctoring.
If Colin becomes healthy, then you will never be master of Misselthwaite. We must control that boy.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Perhaps just a little elixir to soothe his nerves.
I'll dip into the household funds and see if I can thank you in an appropriate way.
Thank you, Mrs. Medlock. That would be most appreciated.
Look, Mother. I can almost walk.
I can keep watch from here.
Who is it? Who's there?
Have you noticed how quiet it is? Why, it's so quiet you could hear a mouse drop. Don't like it? Not a bit.
I have to get out of here somehow. Something terrible may have happened to Colin.
I know where she keeps her keys.
Please try and get them. Hurry.
How do I always get myself into these things? Because I am the bravest one of all.
Dickon, what are you doing here?
I got worried. Where have you been?
I've been left here alone, and I haven't seen Mary for 2 days.
I have to get you out of here.
Be careful, Mrs. Medlock. This is potent stuff. Too much could prove fatal. This is the maximum dosage. I'll go up and take a look at him before I leave. Seems that I've left my stethoscope in the carriage. Shall I meet you in Colin's room, then?
Certainly, Dr. Craven, if you like. as I count to 10. My final patience is wearing thin. I'm sick and tired of this daily grind. Till now I think I've been too polite to claim what's due me is my right. And by night the manor will be mine. And when the deed is over and done, I will have fought this battle and won. And I'll be right where I have deserved to be for so long. When this man and his wretched boy are thrown aside like a broken toy, I will enjoy that the manor will be mine. The manor will be mine.
Darjeeling!
Go on, Mary. Hurry. It's worse than you thought. Medlock's trying to poison Colin.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. Quick, hide! Mary! Mary?
Dickon, we've got to hurry. Let's go.
What's going on?
I don't have time to explain. We've got to hurry.
I know who's behind this. We've got to find him.
Dickon, you go and fetch help. Colin and I will wait in the garden. We'll be safe there.
Where could they have gone? Could they be down there? They wouldn't be down there. That garden's dead, locked up forever.
Now we've got them.
It's magnificent.
More beautiful than we ever dreamed.
You thought you could hide in Mrs. Craven's garden, did you? For a long time now, you have defied me, Mary Lennox. No more!
You leave her alone, Medlock! My father!
Your father what? Your father cares nothing for you. He wouldn't care if you lived or died. That's why he's never here.
That's not true.
There you go, defying me again. I am in charge of Misselthwaite Manor now. And soon I will be in charge of Misselthwaite Manor forevermore.
Is that so, Mrs. Medlock?
Father!
Uncle Archibald! Robin found you!
Archibald, we have a serious problem.
This willful child is ruining everything. She's put poor Colin at terrible risk. And yes, we have a very serious problem.
That's not true. Don't believe them, Father. It was Mary who helped me get well. Mary in the garden. There's magic in this garden.
I can see that, Colin. I can see that perfectly well. I trusted and listened to you both.
But, Mr. Craven,
You exploited my grief and came between me and my child.
now, Archibald, surely you can't think I had anything to do with this?
You should have known better. No, I should have known better. Get out of my sight, the both of you! Leave at once, or I'm sure the constable will want to have a word with you. So, this was the piece of earth you wanted so badly.
It looks so sad and lonely.
It will never be sad again. You've worked wonders in here.
Are we going to stay together now, Father? You, me, and Mary?
Yes, Colin. You, me, and Mary.
Home, now I can finally say the word. And to think of all the times it made me cry. Home is a very special bird who has shown me worlds beyond the human eye. I have found my home. I have seen my wishes come